This small mobile phone has such a huge impact that it is changing the brain chemistry of millions of children. A 3-year-old boy won't eat his food unless his mother plays cartoons on the phone for him. In how many homes is this the same story? One case is so frightening that it will shake your heart. The child turned 5 years old, but still hadn't learned to speak properly because his parents were busy with work all day. They had no time for him, so he spent the entire day watching TV. Because of this lack of critical social interaction, we are seeing developmental delays, virtual autism, language issues, obesity, myopia, so many problems. Today, children spend less time playing outside than prisoners locked inside jails. Many people use phones as a form of escapism, a way to get relief from daily life, just like people use alcohol or cigarettes. Screens have hypnotized people to such an extent that even if a mother is coughing to death in front of her children, their eyes won't move away from the TV. This reaction is no different from a drug addict's behavior. Greetings, friends. Imagine this. A typical American middle-class family in 1990. It's evening. The father is sitting on the sofa reading a newspaper. The mother is beside him, sharing her day. Their 10-year-old daughter is doing homework, asking math questions as she studies. Their 3-year-old son is playing on the floor with his toy cars. Everyone is physically and mentally present in the same place. There is conversation, laughter, and connection. Now imagine a middle-class American family in 2025. Same evening time. The father is scrolling news on his phone. The mother is watching a show on a streaming platform. The 10-year-old daughter is in another corner scrolling Instagram stories. The 3-year-old son is sitting on the floor watching YouTube shorts on his iPad. All four are physically together, but mentally, each one is lost in their own digital world. No sound, no conversation, no connection. Only the blue light of screens shining on their faces. At first glance, this might seem harmless, but behind it lies extremely dangerous consequences. Mobile is ruining life. Look at the condition of this child because of mobile phones. It's terrifying. Just look at this. This is an epidemic, and very few people are talking about it. But the impact on our children and the new generation is so horrifying that you will be shocked. Let's understand the dark truth about screen addiction based on the latest scientific research.
These days, screen time seems to be all the time. Most susceptible among us, kids.
Parents often say, "Go, sit and watch cartoons. Let me finish my work." In October 2024, a survey was conducted on more than 70,000 parents living in major U.S. cities. More than 66% of parents said their children are addicted to social media, streaming platforms, or online games. 58% even said this addiction has increased aggression and impatience in their kids. But the most alarming statistic is this. WHO recommends that children under 2 years should have 0 screen time, and for children aged 2 to 4 years, a maximum of 1 hour per day. But according to IMS Raipor's analysis, in India, children under 5 have an average of 2.2 hours of screen time daily. Children under 2 have 1.2 hours, even though it should be 0. Many parents feel, what difference does a little screen time make? Nothing will go wrong. Even I used to think the same, until my own son became 10 months old, and I did a lot of research, spoke to parenting experts, and I was shocked. Let's understand this better through Arav's story. Arav was a 9-year-old boy living in Dallas, Texas. Both his parents worked. When Arav was just 1 year old, due to their busy schedule, his parents started giving him a smartphone. At first, it seemed convenient. He stayed quiet, and they could do their work. But slowly, Arav got addicted. He would only eat food if the phone was in front of him. Without the phone, feeding him became impossible. This was a clear warning sign, but the parents ignored it. When he turned 4, they gave him his own phone. Instead of playing outside, he stayed busy with the phone. The parents encouraged it because they were afraid he might get into trouble outside. Months turned into years like this. One day, Arav's eyesight weakened and he needed glasses. The parents didn't worry, because they both wore glasses too. A few weeks later, he began complaining of headaches. The doctor said, "Keep him away from screens. The headache is likely due to phone usage." But by then, Arav was so addicted that if his parents tried taking the phone away, he threw tantrums, banging his head against the wall like a drug addict. Arav's case is not isolated. There are thousands of Aravs across the United States. Search online. You'll find countless videos of parents showing their children crying and throwing tantrums when deprived of screens.
No iPad.
I don't want.
What do you want?
iPad.
Because kids spend more time with screens, they don't go outdoors. Less daylight exposure increases the risk of myopia, nearsightedness, which is becoming an epidemic worldwide. If this continues, by 2050, half of America's children will have myopia. Next comes the issue of sleep disorders. Excessive screen time disrupts children's sleep cycles and increases the risk of insomnia. Screen time disrupts sleep cycles. A review of 67 studies on children aged 5–17 found that more screen use results in less total sleep. A Finland study showed every extra hour of screen time reduces sleep duration by 10 minutes. A China study showed every extra hour increases the risk of sleep disorder by 12%. This happens because blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone that signals the body it's time to sleep. Children are even more sensitive to melatonin suppression than adults, double in fact. Lack of sleep then impacts learning, school performance, and increases psychological problems. Watch these videos of children scrolling in the air even while asleep, an extreme sign of screen addiction. The third issue is obesity. Children who spend more time on screens get less physical activity, stay indoors more, and consume more calories, especially while eating with screens. In the United Kingdom, 23% of children said playing video games is exercise. Parents who feed kids with screens increase dependency. And studies show people eat more calories while using screens, increasing obesity risk. An 18-month-old baby had the same story. He wouldn't eat unless cartoons were played. If you are a parent and face this, don't panic. These issues can be reversed, but what you need here is to learn more about child psychology and brain science. I would like to recommend you here. Parent Coaching Institute, PCI. Network of Certified Parent Coaches. Let's return to the topic. A national survey of 5,200 parents across New York, Chicago, Houston, and Los Angeles revealed that 72% rely on screens during mealtime for children under age 6. This causes kids keeping food in their mouth too long, cavities, not chewing properly, digestion issues. But even these problems are small compared to what comes next. Screen time directly affects mental development. Excess screen time changes the brain structure. Executive functioning, which develops in the early years, becomes weak. These skills include emotional control, social interaction, internal motivation, focus, problem solving. These skills shape future academics, relationships, jobs, confidence, and self-care. A JAMA pediatric study found the more screen time before age 1, the worse the executive functioning at age 9. It changes the parietal lobes, affecting how children process touch, heat, cold, pain, basic sensory information. An example is seen in a viral video where a mother pretends to collapse in front of her screen-addicted children. Only one child brings her water. The others don't even look away from the TV. This is almost a hypnotic state created by bright colors, fast movements, repetitive patterns, and sound effects that disconnect children from the real world. Some YouTube channels like Cocomelon intentionally exploit this vulnerability to hook kids, almost like addiction engineering. Another terrifying impact: developmental delays. In a small town in Pennsylvania, a child named Priya started saying mama and papa at age 2, but heavy exposure to screens halted her speech development. Even at age 5, she could speak only a few words. Her to speech therapy for a year, but even today, she still cannot form full sentences. The reason behind this is very interesting. Children are social learners. They don't learn to speak just by hearing your words. 2 things are essential: interaction, not one-way talking, but two-way interaction where you speak and the child listens, and the child speaks and you listen. Watching your face and gestures. Children subconsciously observe your lip movements and how your lips and tongue move when you speak. Screens cannot provide either of these. Screens are two-dimensional, so kids can't properly understand lip movements. And most kids watch cartoons, where the lip movements aren't realistic. That's why children cannot learn to speak properly just by watching cartoons. Even if you show a real human on screen, it still won't work, because the interaction is one-sided. Real-life interaction is two-sided. When a child speaks, a parent responds. You can often tell from a parent's reaction whether their child has spoken correctly or not, how the parent motivates the child, how they encourage them to speak. These deeply human interactions cannot be learned by watching a video on a screen. There's one excellent example many child development experts show: a mother gently encouraging her little one.
Yeah, Mama. You're trying, I see you. Mama. Ma. Ma.
A child learns to speak only when they are encouraged. Children don't just mimic their parents' words. They copy their expressions, their lip movements, their body language, their eye contact. But when a phone is playing in the child's face, none of this interaction is possible. That is why language development becomes disrupted. In a U.S. survey of 421 parents with children ages 2 to 4, researchers found that when either the parents or the children stayed busy on phones, the children's grammar, vocabulary, and communication skills remained weak. Besides language delay, sitting in front of a screen keeps the body inactive. Motor skills, the use of hands, feet, balance, coordination, stay weak because the child isn't moving or exploring. Research done on more than 7,000 children found if a child under age 1 has 1 to 4 hours of daily screen time, then by age 2, their communication and problem-solving skills are delayed by up to 3 times. If screen time exceeds 4 hours, communication skills are delayed by almost 5 times. Fine motor skills and personal social development are delayed by nearly double. During the COVID pandemic in the U.S., several clinics reported heartbreaking cases. One well-documented case involved a couple who kept their daughter home throughout lockdown and relied on screens to keep her busy. By age 4, she could walk only a few steps on her own and could barely speak. Another case involved a boy named Ryan. His parents were both working professionals. Feeding him became difficult around age 2, so his father started showing him cartoon videos on the phone. At first, Ryan began mimicking the cartoon voices and repeating silly dialogues. But as his screen time increased year after year, the issues began. He couldn't focus. He had trouble sitting still. He showed no interest in social interactions. In pre-nursery, he couldn't follow instructions like other kids. Tantrums became extreme when the phone wasn't given. Eventually, Ryan's parents took him to a doctor, where he was evaluated for severe ADHD-like symptoms triggered by excessive screen exposure. Many clinics across the U.S. have noted a disturbing trend, an indirect link between extreme screen time and autism-like symptoms. Professionals call this virtual autism. It includes social withdrawal, lack of eye contact language, delay communication, delay, attention disorders, rigid behaviors. One user on Twitter shared the story of a child in their extended family. The parents were overwhelmed with work. The child spent hours each day in front of the TV. By age 2, the boy showed clear symptoms of autism. He has been in therapy for 3 years and still speaks only a few words. All of these examples involve very small children. But many people believe, well, once they're older, 9 or 10, screens probably won't affect them that badly. If you think that, you are mistaken. A meta-analysis of 117 global studies on preteens, average age 10.5, found children with high screen time have significantly higher risk of developing anxiety and depression as they grow. Feeling upset or anxious sometimes is normal, but these kids cope through more screen use, creating a toxic cycle. Sadness near screen, dopamine, withdrawal, more screen, deeper sadness. Many children, especially those already struggling with emotions, use phones, video games, and YouTube as escapes, the same way some adults use alcohol. It gives temporary relief, but worsens emotional health. Depression, loneliness, insomnia, mood swings, emotional numbness. The biggest danger is addiction. Just like in Arif's case, earlier, screens stimulate the brain's reward system and keep children hooked. Watching bright videos or playing video games releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. But over time, the brain becomes less sensitive, meaning the child needs more screen time to feel the same pleasure. One severe case was Kashan, a 12-year-old 6th grader. During the pandemic, he attended online classes using a tablet. Slowly, he drifted into online gaming, movies, and social media. The results were devastating. He stopped talking to family. He stopped playing with siblings. He barely ate. His sleep cycle collapsed. His appetite dropped so much, he became malnourished. His hemoglobin levels fell. His mood became dark, restless, and irritable. His parents eventually took him to a psychiatrist. This kind of addiction often begins with content that looks completely harmless, like Cocomelon. At first glance, it seems innocent. Colorful characters, simple lessons, kids singing, numbers and letters. But the way it's made is the problem. Cocomelon uses extremely bright, saturated colors, fast scene changes every 2 to 3 seconds, upbeat music non-stop, constant micro-movements even when characters stand still, exaggerated facial expressions, repetitive patterns, loud sound effects, all scientifically engineered to grab children's attention and never let go. You'll find countless videos online of toddlers screaming like addicts, "Put it on! Put it on! Put it on!" Cocomelon trains the brain to expect hyper-fast stimulation. Real life seems boring. Kids lose patience. They lose the ability to focus. Slow activities, like reading, puzzles, or playing outside, feel too dull. Parents complain online. My kid has anger issues. My child acts like a zombie. My son shows autism-like signs now. My daughter has speech delay. My kid is hyper all the time after watching Cocomelon. All this from a show that seems harmless. So, what's the solution? The answer is simple, but emotionally challenging. Keep small children, especially under age 2, completely away from screens. Ideally, no screens at all until age 5. I won't even let my own child watch my YouTube videos until they're at least 5. And you shouldn't either. No online videos, no cartoons, no educational screen content, nothing. Many parents use screens for convenience. But remember, convenience today can cost your child their health and future. The damage is invisible at first, but when it shows up, it may already be too late. I believe children aren't addicted to screens. They're addicted to what screens give them. Attention, validation, approval, stimulation, connection, presence. When they don't receive these things from the real world, they run towards screens. The child thinks, the screen is my best friend. It listens to me. It entertains me. It makes me happy. If your child is already addicted, don't yell at them. Don't shame them. They will only run deeper into digital escape. You and your child must be on the same team, battling the screen together, not fighting each other. Sometimes parents set rules, but grandparents or relatives secretly hand the child a phone while playing with them. In such cases, share this video with your relatives so they understand the danger. The most important solution? You must stay away from screens in front of your child. If your child sees you scrolling, they will want to scroll too. A study published in Pediatric Research found parents who frequently use phones in front of their children have kids with significantly higher screen time, regardless of rules or scolding. Kids copy what they see, not what they're told. After age 5, set strict time limits, control what they watch, prioritize real educational content, encourage interaction-based learning. Also ensure your child spends at least 3 hours outdoors daily, or participates in physical activities like dance, sports, or structured play. Without screens, there are endless possibilities. Singing, building blocks, Lego, puzzles, reading, board games, drawing, writing stories, pretend play. But children won't take interest unless you participate too.
कुक्कू छोटा सा खरगोश कहाँ है? ये रहा छोटा सा खरगोश.
Create screen-free zones at home. No phones in bedrooms, no screens at the dining table, no tablet during meals. Only certain rooms can be screen rooms. And remember, you must follow these rules first. These are essential screen management strategies for modern parents. If you want to learn deeper parenting fundamentals, calm parenting, emotional bonding, and child psychology, join Parent Coaching Institute, PCI. If this story touched you, inspired you, or even opened your eyes just a little, don't leave without hitting that like button. It helps the channel more than you know. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because we have more powerful stories coming your way every single week. Your support, your comments, your time, they all mean the world. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for growing with this community. Until next time, stay safe, stay inspired, and remember, every story has a lesson, every lesson has a purpose, and every purpose starts with you. See you in the next video.